when we talked about number 2, finishing sentences, we say 10 sentences, but you don't have to finish 10. And the 3 questions, and we did these together. There's something I wanted to say that I didn't say, and that is the whole theory of catharsis. Do all of you know what catharsis means? It's a Greek word for purge. Purge is a nice word for puke, right? So purge means to ventilate, to pour out. To purge yourself means to purify, to dump garbage. People. And what kinds of things are in your garbage? Anger, pain, yelling, screaming, sass, back sass. And when you dump garbage, we always say, never dump garbage to the person it's about. To that person. So if I was mad at Valerie, I wouldn't dump my garbage on her because she'll get it in her negative and dump back. Then we'll have a horrible mess. So what can you do? Go by yourself, get in your car, pretend she's sitting in the seat next to you, close the windows, go down the freeway, no one can hear you, yell, scream, hit the seat, whatever you want, but get yourself purified. Now, so there's empty chair, there's writing letters, but there's 2 rules about dumping garbage. One is never dump to the person that it's about, and never puke in public. Remember that one? It's private to do that. You don't just go puking anytime you want. Go in the bathroom, close the door, right? So never dump on the person it's about, and don't dump in public, and get it taken care of. It's a problem of yours. In other words, where does garbage come from? Frustrated expectations. And if they're very dependent ones, and you need an expectation from some person to happen, that will increase the anger and the pain. Can we have a question?
Yes, I do. Why do you not purge to the person that it is about?
Does anyone know the answer to that? Why don't you purge to the person that it's about?
Because while you're purging on me, I felt shit, this person's been purged.
You're going to purge back. So it just asks for comebacks. It elicits anger. Often the purging has criticism in it instead of feedback. Garbage is horrible. It's dangerous. It's mean. It's nasty. It's bad. People yell, scream, hit, cuss, spit. Yeah. We used to have a little boy who really needed to dump his garbage. And of course he wet the bed. Think about that for dumping garbage. And we used to have down in the basement an old sleeping bag that lost its zipper. So we rolled it up and put a rope around it and put it down in the basement. And that was a purging bag. So when a kid really needed to dump his garbage, he would go downstairs, kick it, hit it, spit on it, yell, scream, and get it out, you know. And so one day he went down the cellar stairs, and we couldn't hear any yelling or screaming. We opened the door and looked down there, and he was urinating on the bag. The ultimate act of purging. And that's why lots of kids wet the bed, too, if you want to know. They're mad. I've never seen a kid that was aneurysmic that wasn't mad inside.
So you're talking about kids. Is this good to teach our little 4-year-olds and 6-year-olds, grandchildren to do this?
If they're full of anger and pain, they should get it out. But now we're coming to the next thing. What about wallowing in your garbage? Remember? And the sow has returned to her wallowing, and the dog to eating his vomit. If people dump garbage, and by so doing, and here's another answer to your question. If you're dumping garbage on someone so you can hurt them, that's not dumping garbage. That's just plain mean, right? And that's why we don't do it to the person it's about, because it's not going to help them. President Hinckley said, criticism never solved any problem. And good to remember. And dumping garbage usually is criticism. Yeah, that's good. It doesn't edify. But you know, when you're in the midst of intense emotions, that's your last thought to edify. So those are wonderful teachings, but They're not very realistic. Of course, dumping garbage isn't to edify anybody, but it's to clear you out of garbage.